way we handle family business. This all has to be handled correctly.
Welcome to the Holy Shhh Podcast. It's your boy ABE from DET.
It's your boy Ron T the Icon.
My name, gracias, Chuck Jordan.
El Grande Chuck Jordan is in the building tonight. It's just like we never had this set up here. It's the owner's show, owner's show. A lot of people don't know, myself, Ryan, Chuck, we are the owners of the Holy Shhh Podcast. Not saying Minx, Chuck, Coach, Barbro and Minx ain't as important. We just the ones who, hey, you're covering my camera, nigga. Okay. We are the ones who pay the bills and make the decisions. So, hey, this is going to be an important episode. Let's get right into it because I think this first topic is heavily talked about with very little information. And I'm talking about Rajah Jackson, a.k.a. Rampage Jackson's son. For those who don't know, let me fill you in. So let me just break it down for these people. The story, everything that happened. Rampage Jackson is a UFC fighter. Very well, successful, and accomplished. He podcasts. He does a streaming thing. And now he wants to bring his son involved, Rajah Jackson.
Bellator too, right?
Yep, he was in Bellator. Yeah. Now he brought in his son, Rajah Jackson. He was streaming. He's been doing well. I've been watching his show for like a month now. It was very entertaining on Kick. Yeah. He's a fighter himself trying to come up in the ranks. And one weekend, he got offered an opportunity to come do a wrestling event. He came. He showed up in the parking lot. The wrestlers were in the parking lot before the show drinking. Just having a good time. Maybe not the best professional setting to be doing that. I don't see WWE and AEW stars doing that type of shit, getting drunk before the show. But hey, it is what it is. They were drinking. They walk up to him, and then Psycho Stu, who is a wrestler, takes a can, slams it in the head, not pulled back. He hits it in the head of Rajah because he sees Rajah camera. He thinking that there's a work. Hits Rajah with the camera. He turns up. They're able to diffuse the situation, calm it down, shake hands, try to kumbaya it, and say everything's all right. Even Psycho Stu shook Rajah's hand saying, I'm sorry. We all thought it was over. Rajah then begins to walk in the building, and other members of, I want to say it's, Pro X or Nox X? I forget the name of the company. It's owned by Rikishi and a friend of his, so you know. But a wrestler and a guy who is part of the promotion were telling Rajah, hey, we want you to do a run-in on Psycho Stu to play off of what just happened. Rajah was still kind of turned up. I guess the owner and the wrestler who were gassing him up didn't know and said, hey, make sure when you go in there, get your receipt on his punk ass. He had no right to do what he did. That was out of line. A receipt in the professional wrestling game is if you give somebody a stiff shot, you have the right to go back and give them an even harder shot. Basically, you turning fake wrestling and the shit getting real. That's what a receipt is, payback. So they get to the ringside. Rajah's sitting ringside, and he's live streaming IRL style, which is with the virtual backpack, and you're streaming to your fans, and he's letting all of us know I'm watching it. He's saying, hey, I'm about to run in here, and I'm going to kick his ass. They're going to have to pull me off of him. They told me to give him shots and blah, blah, blah. And you can see clear as day that is exactly what they said, but they didn't know what extent he was going to take it to. When it's his time, he slides into the ring. He slams Psycho Stu, knocks him out first impact, and then delivers 21 to 24 vicious blows, knocking out teeth, cracking his facial structure, putting him out cold in the hospital for a few days. And now Rajah Jackson is looked at as the villain. This horrible Negro just ruined this professional wrestling show, and we are here to talk about the fault, the blame, who's wrong, what's what. What's your opinion on it? I'd like to start with Ryan T. How you feel about this situation, how it transpired, and just your thoughts on everything and how it went down.
My initial reaction, I was heated. I told y'all.
Yeah.
And I was heated, and not at the professional wrestling company. I was heated at Rajah Jackson because he was a trained martial artist, trained to mix in martial arts. The first thing that they teach us in martial arts is restraint. It's supposed to be an art to help center your anger, all that type of stuff. So I feel like he didn't learn anything. So I also felt like you're at a professional wrestling show. Everything cooled down. The guy apologized. He explained everything. But at one point, he's live streaming, and he's letting these people get under his skin because it's all about his ego at that point. So he got in, and he massacred this guy who trusted him, put his body on the line, agreed for him to be able to come in and interrupt, turn it into an actual thing, a story, and he took it upon himself to basically beat a defenseless person. So I was heated, and rightfully so. But the more and more details that came out, now I'm upset with the wrestling company because knowing the headspace that he was in, knowing he was dealing with a concussion, supposedly his boy was one of the guys that worked there, so he knew kind of what was going on.
Right.
He knew he had a concussion. He knew he wasn't in the right headspace. He should have never gave him the okay to get in. If he said you get a receipt, he should have explained to him a receipt is one hit.
Right. One shot.
Because knowing he's not a wrestler. So there's faults on so many different sides. Psycho Stu did something stupid. He was drunk, but he apologized. Everything was cool. Everything was clear. It's not self-defense when it's an hour later.
Right. It's not. It's definitely not.
I think what is going to probably happen is he's going to face some legal actions from this. He might get locked up for a little while. He might have to go through counseling. Whatever it is, I hope that Raja Jackson gets the help that he needs.
No, there's no legal charges. They announced that there's no charges.
So Psycho Stu decided not to press charges?
Yeah, I don't think he can. It's going to a like a lawsuit situation now. The cops said no charges against nobody. There's too many parties at fault to bring up charges.
Okay.
So it has to be a lawsuit situation.
He got he lucked out.
Yep.
So I'm pretty sure a lawsuit is coming at some point.
Yeah.
So something's happened. Whatever it is, I hope that they get him into some counseling to try to deal with some of his deep down anger. Hearing from Rampage that his mom was murdered, and he's been on the deep end since then, and he's been trying to help clear his mind and all that type of stuff. I hope, like, on a mental health standpoint, I hope he gets that. But he shouldn't have been nowhere near involved in anything like that, knowing that headspace.
And he's been out the house with a concussion.
Yeah, but even if he was out the house,
yeah,
you got handlers and people with you that understand what's going on. They monitoring the situation. They know what happened. They were there doing the filming.
He had one person with him.
Yeah, he like us. He a newcomer, so he don't have his dad. His dad don't share his money.
Yeah.
So Raja he just had one guy. He didn't have a handler like.
But the guy that was with him was probably with him when he got the concussion.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you know what the deal is. You know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
He was the guy holding the camera, telling me, "Yo, you got to stop this."
Mm-hmm.
So it was, like you said, there's so many people at fault.
It's too many.
My initial, like I said, I was pissed because of that part. I think a lot of times, though, I think we are in an age where a lot of this younger generation, they're kind of soft. They can't accept criticism. They always want to prove themselves to somebody because somebody's opinion of them matters way too much.
Right.
So had he not felt like that, he wouldn't have felt like he needed to prove himself to the people that were calling him a punk on his live stream in the comments. And then you got the people, the internet culture, where people feel like they can say anything they want to say to somebody and goat somebody, and like there's not going to be any kind of repercussions. Thanks. So it's just, I don't know, this younger generation, man, they didn't grow up without this social media stuff, so they don't understand what's real and what's not. Thanks. And I don't know how we get to a point to where that doesn't matter as much anymore.
Chuck, how's your thoughts on this whole situation, man?
Unlike Ron, I'm a very person where I believe in getting all the facts because I believe that you have a side of the story, you have a side of the story, and the wall has a side of the story. We got to get all the facts before we can make a determination.
The wall is important, too. It knows the most. It knows the most.
Yes. And
if these
one thing I
walls
will
could talk.
say before I start is two things. One, I don't like the term soft. I believe what these young generation is they don't know how to regulate their emotions. It's not just calling them soft because that just rages them out. No, you don't know how to control your emotions. You don't know how to regulate on knowing how what's up and down. It's just it's so much information coming at you at one time. You don't know how to process things. So that's number one. And number two is after doing a full deep dive and everything, he wasn't okay with Psycho Stu from jump. It wasn't until they told him he can get a receipt that he was like, all right, cool. As long as I can hit him back.
Yep.
Now, once he was sitting there, he called his father called him. Now, we all know that him and his father's, even though his dad be playing with him, you can tell even on other videos, he don't know how to take his dad even joking with him.
Mm-hmm.
And his dad be like, well, I'm just trying to make him laugh because I know he's hurting from his mom being gone, but he was like, even I don't know what I'm doing, but it's like he's doing his best, but you can tell even like when he crack on him about being a vegan, Raj don't like that. But it's like there's only so far I can fight back with my dad. And even his dad be like when you see him tussling, he be like, all right, man, I was just joking. Like, calm down, like chill out.
Right.
And he be like, no, he be like, no, like for real.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yep.
Now, his dad was out of state. He's dealing with concussion here. He's not with a handler. It wasn't until his homeboy was like, all right, yeah, you can get in there, get your receipt. Now, Rampage knows about a receipt. His son doesn't.
Yep.
They just told him you can get in there and slam him or hit him. And I watched the video. They said slam him or hit him.
Yep.
He's sitting there like, all right, as long as I can get my lick back, we cool. I'm not about to shake your hand off of just you coming up. No. I need to get my revenge back, but we're okay. And then when everybody talking shit about him, his dad hyped I saw you getting by dude with some what do you say dude with some spandex on. He's like, hey man, stop that. He's like I'm just joking with you, but it looked like he was, you got hemmed up by a guy with tights. He like man, stop that. And then the whole internet called him soft, called him a sissy, called him, and it was just after a while. He like, oh yeah, when I get in here, I'm getting it. They already cleared me to hit him.
Yep.
I'm going well on his ass. And they like, and I'm like, his cameraman heard that. He should have told AJ, which is his homeboy, who invited him to the event.
Don't let him get in the ring.
And he even said it. He was like, I wasn't gonna come because I'm dealing with a concussion, but I promised my homeboy I'd come. So I'm doing this for his head. I'm doing this as a favor to AJ. I dealt with my man in the back, but they already told me I could wail on him. His mind is not in the right spot. It's not being able to process what's going on. He's just dealing with a bunch of emotions. Plus, he's dealing with a concussion. He's on 12, and his cameraman heard him say that. And I personally feel like, I'm not saying the cameraman's the fault, but the cameraman should have told somebody, don't let him in there. Yeah. Especially when my man was standing there talking to the cameraman for a while before he was like, what's my cue? When can I go out there? Like, he's hype. Not one time he like, all right, let's just, let me know so I can know my spot. No, he was like, when can I get in there? When can I get in there? They like, we'll tap you and let you know. I'm like, why are they clearing this?
Yeah.
Because he's on 12. I mean, I sent y'all both the video, the 3 videos I watched. My man is on 12. And I don't know about y'all, but even when I've seen red, if I don't calm back down, if I'm still seeing red, I don't care how most people be like, well, it was like 3 hours later. That's premeditated. I'm sitting here stewing in the thought of I'm going to wail on him. I'm going to wail on him. Ooh, yeah. And the more people are hyping me up that I'm reading online, my dad, I'm never calming down. I'm staying on 12 to when I get that.
Yeah.
And first he said, because at first he was like, y'all want to see me slam him? I can pick him up. Y'all want to see me slam him? And everybody was like, why'd you hit him back for hitting you? You soft. It wouldn't have been me.
I remember that.
And the first thing he said was, he was like, I'm just going to slam him.
Yeah.
But once they kept building that up and you soft, he never really, he did a dip and it went right back, escalated. I'm like, he's gonna hurt this man.
Yeah.
And he slammed him and then he punched him. And I don't know if y'all seen the footage of when my man tried to talk to him outside. He's like, my dad ain't gonna call me no bitch. Ain't nobody gonna call me no bitch no more.
Yeah, that's demons in him, man.
Right. So it was everything built up. Like I said, I can understand all that. But at the end of the day, you're a grown man.
I'm not saying he's not. What I'm saying is, as somebody who used to play football and other sports, when you're dealing with a head trauma and you're already in a bad head space, your emotions you're not able to process your emotions properly. Yeah. You're just living in whatever feeling you're in. Now, if his dad was here, his dad would have been like, no, we got to take his ass home. Yeah, let him. Or take him to a gym so he can get some of his anger out. Yeah. Because right now, he's on 12 and he's seeing red. He's not thinking clearly.
So,
he's not thinking as
my
an
thought
adult.
process-
He's not thinking, okay, let me calm down.
Yeah.
I can hurt this man. I'm an MMA fighter. He's just a wrestler. He's not thinking none of that. He's thinking, oh, y'all gonna call me a bitch. I'm gonna show y'all. He's like, he's livid.
So, my thought is, I wonder how much the concussion played into that, and how much that's just how he is, and he shouldn't have been in.
I think it's a mixture of both. Because, like I said,
I think it's the concussion from watching him so much and being a fan. He not really an angry. He wants peace.
His dad said he's a good kid.
Yeah, he's real good. He a vegan. He diets well. His discipline is crazy discipline.
The only reason I say it's a mixture of both is because I do believe if his father was here, even with his father ragging on him, his dad is still able to talk to him in a place to bring him back level-headed. Like, even if he might lunge out at his dad's like, yeah, you can take your aggression out on me.
Yeah.
You're not going to take it out on nobody else.
Yeah. Right.
So his dad like, you want to, and they'll tell him, all right, son, you got me. And he'll tap out. I've literally seen him. You've seen the video.
Yeah.
I've
He'll
seen
literally,
him
and he's controlled enough to know once his dad tap, he stops. Which means that normally he's in the right mind to stop. With that concussion, he said it. I don't feel well. I feel woozy. I don't feel like myself. He said that early in the video. So I don't know. I'm just me personally. I was just like, I feel sad for him, but I feel like it's a gray area.
And I think the video is outshining the situation. That moment of that slam and those punches is outweighing everything else. But from a professional standpoint, if you look at how's WWE handling this? They're pretty much, they don't care about Raja. They are banning that company. And guess who owns that company? Rikishi. One of the Usos' dad. He has such a tie to all of WWE's top stars, and they still ban that WWE ID from that. The guy who said get the receipt, they have a legal sanction on him not to talk and say anything because it's a story that seems to be being buried by the wrestling company. So there's a lot of fault here that we don't know because Raja was on camera, but the wrestling company talking backstage behind the camera. For WWE to pull their licenses from this company shows that it's more we don't know that this company did wrong. And also, let's make this very clear because nobody's talking about this. Psycho Stu couldn't be treated like a regular person because he was intoxicated on top of being knocked out. Can we mention that? Can somebody in the world mention he was drunk in the ring wrestling? So you had to have been drunk when Raja walked up. So it's like, it's unprofessional all around. I don't think it's Raja's fault. I don't think it's...
That's why I say gray
area.
Just
everybody.
It's a gray area. I believe it's a gray area.
It's a gray area, and it's everybody's fault. And instead of attacking one particular party, let's learn from it. You know what I mean?
That's why I said I believe he. I'm trying to explain how to say this. He's at fault for not just staying home. His cameraman's at fault for not telling somebody. His dad shouldn't have hyped him up, but his dad always hypes him up.
But he don't know what's going on, right?
His dad don't. Plus, his dad is overseas.
Yeah,
and even his dad was like, "He's a good kid. I'm praying this is just a work." Because, like I said, his dad has been in wrestling, so it's like his dad does both. He's like, I know how to pull punches and just make it look good, and I know how to actually go out there and wail on somebody. But it's like his son is still learning, and then I'm like, that's just that part. Now let's look at the wrestling company.
How old is
Why
Raja?
would y'all let him in there?
I think Raja is 22 or 23, one of the two.
And then as a wrestling promotion, why would y'all let somebody go in there?
Yeah. Yep. Especially after all this happened.
As heated as he was, y'all should, especially as his homeboy. Hey man, you too mad. You ain't. Look, he apologized. Just go ahead and go home. You ain't got to stay no more.
Yeah, he even told him, "Hey man, go ahead and hit him as hard as you want because if they
I know y'all seen. He said
if they
slam
got a
him
problem
or hit
with
him.
Yeah,
if
his
they got
drunk
a problem
ass,
with
blah
it,
blah blah. Just hit him as hard as you want to.
But if he had a problem with it, then I'll go out there. Is what he said.
How do you feel about Mark Henry blaming the whole thing on Psycho Stu? He said this ain't none of Raja's fault.
I agree with that too.
Yeah,
I don't disagree with any. If people want to put the fault on Raja, they're right. If people want to put it on the wrestling company, they're right. If they want to put it on Psycho Stu, they're right.
Yeah, it was too many parties at fault here. That's why the cops like, I don't even know who worked. Is y'all working us?
Yeah.
The cop said that on that interview. He was like, I'm interviewing these guys, and I'm like, is this a skit? I can't tell if some guys telling me this fake, some guys telling me this real. Who the hell? So the cops just wipe their hands with it. Like, y'all got to go to some type of law firm and sue because we can't press charges against something we don't know is real or fake.
I hope Raja gets counseling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, my biggest gripe was with the wrestling company because I was like, why would you have a man who's technically licensed to kill, any UFC, boxing, all that stuff, your hands are registered. Why would you have him in a ring without the proper contract, two, without knowing what he's going to do? Because wrestling is all, as they tell us, it's all scripted. So why wouldn't you have this man know what he? You should never have get told.
There's
him,
some crazy things that happen in these indie promotions sometimes. They're so excited about getting exposure and all that type of stuff in this internet age.
They need a bug. Yep,
they'll sign off on people from the streets coming in. Yep. We just saw one of our homeboys got in and they discussed something and a wrestler took it upon himself to hit him with a chair twice. It was not discussed.
Right.
Had he snapped out and had a Raja moment, he
I
would have
wish Soto would have snapped out.
He would have absolutely.
Shout out Soto.
Solo would have absolutely had every right to slam that dude and beat his face in.
I'd have been laughing forever, dog, if I saw that.
That's one of those situations to where I'm like, I don't know how I would react to it.
Right.
Because I've said it before. I told y'all that I've trained in martial arts.
Yeah.
So you also trained for wrestling.
Yeah, and I was going to be training for wrestling. So if I had got into that situation as a civilian and we didn't discuss you hitting me with a chair, I might let it slide the first time.
Right.
Second time, I don't know what I would have did.
All bets is off.
So
Ron Wick is coming to a theater near you.
and I hate to say this, but especially as men, where it's already hard to be a man, if somebody would have tested you on a normal day, all right, cool. Somebody would have test you in front of your wife, and your wife looking at you like, you better do something.
Yeah, it's a different level.
Yeah.
There's a different mind. All I'm saying is you're different mindset, different headset. You might be like, all right, cool, whatever. Don't let it happen again. Your wife looking at you, testing, you can stand up to me, but you...
Right.
Bow! You know what I'm saying? You don't know where you might be at.
Right. Yeah, so it's a gray area, but
it's all gray.
Everybody out there, just... Man, we got to get to the point where we get facts before we just give our opinions on things. I just saw so much flagrant things online. I just thought a responsibility to come on here today and just kind of just educate some people on what's going on and how this all broke down. But enough of that shit.
Well, one more thing on that.
Yeah,
also, it takes no time to be nice to people, bro. It is not hard to do. Stop being keyboard warriors, thinking it's funny to troll people online because you think that nothing's going to happen.
Right.
It takes no time to be kind to people. Stop taking your little frustrations out on somebody because you think it's funny. Because karma never misses. That's all I'm going to say.
Right. I think it was more so that they want a response. Because most people, if you say, hey, how you doing? They not going to respond. You hit them with you a goofy. Who you calling a goofy? It's like...
Right.
Oh, I got them to respond to me.
Right.
Stupid stuff.
Yep. So, like I said, karma never misses. So.
It never does. Next up, let's get into a big topic in the world right now. The current state of WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. I know some people who just watch WWE and only the show, they're like, what do you mean? They just got an ESPN deal. Everything's going great. Well, is it going great? And I'm here to pull the curtain back a little bit by us actually being in the business. Now we can see some things that you guys can't. Back in the day, you could go to a thing called Nielsen ratings. Remember that? Nielsen? That was a thing back in the day. Nielsen ratings, where you could see The Simpsons had 2.3 million views. King of the Hill had 1.6 million. They're in the lead. There was an actual score you can keep. This day and age, everything is behind a paid wall. ESPN controls their thing. Netflix controls their thing. They're not going to tell us how many people are watching this shit. You got to guess it. And if you're just looking at it, you're looking at all the deals, you're like, oh, things are great. Well, let me tell you something different. We in the game now. We cover everything, AEW, TNA, and we cover it evenly. We're not the type of podcast to where we gonna go on AEW and bash WWE or go. We fair down the middle. So our WWE fans love our content. Our AEW fans love our content. But what we noticed is our WWE numbers are dropping drastically, like huge. So much so that we've canceled a few post shows just because it's kind of pointless. People aren't they're not into it right now. And AEW shit, it's like off the fucking charts right now.
Right.
And this, I don't want to be biased. So is our AAA stuff. Our AAA stuff is on fire. Our TNA stuff is on fire. Our goddamn Ring of Honor things, but our WWE numbers are falling hard right now. And I'm just want to have the conversation about the current state of WWE and where is this disconnect coming with the fans and the product. Let's start with you, Chuck.
I believe that when you're desperate, you do desperate things.
Right.
And I believe the TKO merger was the worst thing that happened to WWE.
Yep.
Because if you look at all the things that TKO covers, everything is losing money except for WWE, which is making
carrying
money.
the weight.
Yeah, UFC
But
is dying.
I don't know if y'all ever heard the term. Some of y'all young folks may not know. When you rob Peter to pay Paul, you still got to pay Peter back. So all the money from Peter is going to Paul. So where's WWE's money?
Right.
Now they're desperate.
Yeah,
now they're
raising-
acting like we're not making no money because
Raising ticket prices.
We throwing all the money to all these other companies to keep all y'all afloat. So even though everybody was like, well, WWE got this $6.2 billion deal. Yeah. But TKO, some of the companies they own is $5 to $6 million to $7 million in the hole for other stuff.
Right.
So even though WWE is bringing all this money in, is the other companies bringing in money? No.
Right.
So now they're doing desperate stuff like clocking AEW shows and throwing on our own events on the same date just to we're trying to compete and even in the same state sometimes, which is corny.
Right.
Yeah.
You should want to do it on another day. That way you can all wrestling fans win. So if they got Saturday, we'll do Sunday.
Exactly. And then, like Ron was ticket prices. Crazy, man. I cannot believe the level of expense from they was at Vegas last year with WrestleMania. They're gonna be at Vegas this year again. The price jump is insane, man. I cannot believe the meet and greets.
$7,000.
$7,000. That should be a front row seat. That's probably the 20th row.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy, man.
And then I don't know if y'all heard, but WWE they had a thing on one of the sites was like, once they get out of this hole that they're in, they plan to they expect ticket prices to drop back down. But I'm like, y'all keep announcing all these grand numbers. So where's the hole? Where y'all talking about y'all in the hole at? But that's when I had to do the deep dive on. It's the other stuff from TKO that's in the hole.
Yeah.
Y'all paying all that stuff.
Yep.
So once those things either A, make money, or B, get substantially where they don't owe as much money, probably not, because they're gonna keep being in the hole because they keep putting these stuff on. I don't know. It's a slippery slope, and WWE is paying the piper.
Yeah. How you feel about it, Ryan?
I feel like you ever in school have like that one person that is really, really good at everything, and then you get put in a group with them. You're like, yes. And then y'all all get an A, but it was all on the back of this one worker.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
exactly
Also
what
one
this
worker.
is. It was there. I have no idea what WWE got out of the merger because they already had the Riyadh thing going on.
Yep.
They already had these big numbers and PLEs. They had Triple H doing all of the booking and all that type of stuff. Nothing was based off of doing stuff because of money.
I'll tell you what they got out the merger. They got rid of Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
They wanted him out so bad. They was willing to make this deal because they know TKO had the power to push him out. I think that is it. They wanted Vince out so bad. They sold their soul, and now they are paying the price.
Yeah. So everything that we're complaining about WWE, I'm like, I wonder how much of this is actually TKO and how much is Triple H. Because if it's not Triple H and he's only now doing his job, they tell him that push this person because this, and he's got to make these decisions, then he's making the decision. So he's catching the flack from it. Now we got fire Triple H.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Trending
Chance.
on social media.
All right, that's wild. I
You
never
got-
thought I'd see that.
So we got that whole thing. We got the whole thing with not being able to push black talent, which I felt like when he was in NXT, I don't think that was really a problem.
Not at all. Not at all.
So then you got The Rock coming on board as a board member, which I'm pretty sure all he does is just give influence.
Mm-hmm.
But any decision that nobody doesn't like, The Rock is ruining everything, and he might not have nothing to do with it.
Right.
So his brand and everything is taking a hit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really like TKO is UFC, And I think another company.
It's a few of them.
Yeah,
and
so,
it's a soccer league, and it's a few things.
They saw WWE as the cash cow, their way to get out of it, and they are putting all their eggs in one basket. And WWE is buckling, man.
They are. And I do put a little blame on Triple H just because last night, Sami Zayn beat Solo Sikoa for the United States title. Mm-hmm. I feel like I know I've never seen that, but I feel like I have just because they just been intertwined, recycling storylines. Nothing's fresh. It's like nothing has. Karrion Kross to me was like the only spark that I felt like could become something, but that fumble. And maybe even Ron Killings and Natty with her new characters. Mm-hmm. Like you see these fresh things coming and they so afraid that they might not blow. They like, you know what, we gonna scrap it and stick what we know safe. Yeah, Cena might be a good heel, but let's just scrap it and take him back to a good guy because we made money off of him as a good guy. It's a lot of that reneging going on and not willing to take the risk that made them huge. If Vince would have never gambled with Stone Cold, bro, we might not be sitting here today, man. Yeah. You know, and they're not willing to take those type of risks no more because finances is such a high priority.
And the craziest thing to me is AEW is not a threat.
It's not.
They said it, right? AEW is not a threat. They are a pissant company.
Oh, man.
They're only doing this little bit of money. And then you got people like Javon Evans going on Twitter saying that you're performing and these little bit of things. Months later, NXT are doing small shows and AEW is doing arenas. They're putting on a way better product right now, way more entertaining. Better storytelling. They're not recycling stuff. They're making decisions based off of wrestling and not off of finances.
Yeah.
And when I have not been excited to watch Raw or SmackDown in the last month. And I've just been kind of watching it just because we got to keep up.
Yeah, we get paid to do it.
So, I don't know. NXT is still entertaining. I still enjoy watching NXT. They have their days where they're off, but NXT is still entertaining. AAA is the best thing WWE has going on right now.
I never thought I'd say that, man. I thought it was a joke when they did it.
And as long as they don't touch it, do not WWE, TKO it, all that stuff. Let it be what it is. It's going to thrive.
It's going to thrive, man. It's a great product. It's entertaining. I enjoy it.
I didn't even feel that way about NXT except for the women.
It's getting better. It just turned the corner.
Just the women.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying the men. The men are getting better.
The men are turning the corner.
It's still struggling, but it's getting better.
It's getting better.
So much, it just hurts. It pains me.
Like I didn't think I'd become a fan of Briggs, but I'm like, whoa, these last 2 weeks, I'm like, I think I like this guy a little bit. Yeah, just a little.
I got my couple favorites, but I'm saying like for the vast, like watch this whole thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I really realized I'm really tuning in because of the women.
The women, exactly.
Right.
I'm like, all right, I'll stay watching because, the men matches are okay. But it's like, I'm really tuned in to see the women matches.
Right.
But I was going to tell y'all one thing I've noticed the other day. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but lost train of thought. Never mind.
I'll pick up. We just talking a lot of bad about WWE. Can we talk a little good? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I was saying. We don't shit on companies. We just giving y'all facts, man. Serious. I see some content creators out there like, I hate something. You don't even know. Shut the fuck up. We just telling y'all some bad moments, but let's talk about some good ones.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. My bad. Go ahead. But I was going to say, have y'all noticed that
all the... Man, get on track.
What I was gonna say is, have you noticed that I was watching the Stephanie McMahon interview with Roman, and that Roman had said something. He was talking. Your father did a lot of bad, but he did some good. And I was like, and he was talking about stars, about he made him a star. And I'm like, I looked at all the top people in the company that WWE is pushing. Have you noticed that they're all still Vince McMahon guys?
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
All right. Well, let's talk about some Vince McMahon guys, and let's talk about our Mount Rushmores of tag teams of all time, your top 4. They don't have to be the best. This is your Mount Rushmore. I will start off unless somebody you got to.
No, go for it.
I will go. My number 1, and this is just what brought me into wrestling. It was not Hulk Hogan. It wasn't Ultimate Warrior. It was this tag team that made me fall in love with the sport. And one of these guys is still my favorite to this day, and that is the Rockers, Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels. They are 1,000% on my board as one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Second on my Mount Rushmore will have to be Demolition. Demolition is 1,000%. Some of the things they did in the tag team division was just outstanding. It'll never be done again. Third on my Mount Rushmore, this was hard. I don't like these guys, But like I said, we are a fair podcast, and I would not be right if I didn't mention them, and that is the New Day. I got to put the New Day in there. To me, not only are, what are they, the longest reigning? Yeah. They are the longest. Oh, no, the Usos took that. I think they just have the most belts, maybe. One of them two. And they're black. What they did as African-American men, all of them went on to do great things. Woods, when he comes back from his injury, he's going to do something great. You can feel that cooking. He's in shape. And I just love them. And fourth is the Dudley Boys, man. I just feel like the amount of titles that they won in every single company they had, no other tag team can duplicate that, man. You could say, I won one here, I won one here. No, they won multiples in every division, more than 5, and nobody can, from a statistical standpoint, touch the Dudleys. Those are my 4 Mount Rushmore tag teams of all time. Who you got, Ron T?
So I was thinking about the old school. I'm not trying to pick one from every era because it's too hard to go through because there were so many great ones. So the one that stands out in the old school is LOD, Legion of Doom. That's always been my favorite of all time. Then you got to think about the Attitude Era. You got all these, the Edge and Christian. You had the Dudley Boys. You had the Hardys. I feel like you can't do a Mount Rushmore without the Hardys.
You can't.
And I also agree with the Dudley Boys as well because of the type of, you wouldn't be able to have these hardcore ladder matches, all this stuff without the Dudley Boys. Yeah. That stuff in every promotion today put on great tag team matches because of that. The number 4 one was hard because it was between the Usos and the New Day for me. And I think I got to go with the Usos.
Usos.
Because I believe that even though I think that the New Day was great, it was 3 of them. And when the Usos was always been 2. So I got to go with the Usos.
Usos to round out Ron T's list. Chuck Jordan, finish us off with your Mount Rushmore.
So I was going to do a dumb list and put like Rock and Sock Connection.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord.
And I was like, Brothers of Destruction, they was Cody, but I don't remember winning nothing.
Yeah. Right.
But I was like, no, I'm going to keep it serious. My favorite, I'm not as old as you guys, but my favorite old school team was the Dudleys, 3D, And I also used to
Why the hell I gotta be old? Can I be vintage?
About that. I was like,
aged well.
The old guys over there.
Chuck, you're like a year younger than me.
I'm like, wait a minute.
I ain't watch wrestling as long as y'all have either. But mine was 3D and the Hardy Boys. And then currently, of course, is the Usos and the New Day. That's my 4.
Damn good list. Man, wrestling, man, it always comes around. No matter what WWE's going through, just think of these eras we just talked about. So it's going to turn around. Give it time, let it cook. And a lot of times, like you say, it's a financial thing. We talk about different topics all the time, but we can't have a show without some mental health, man, because it's an important thing. We started off with Raja. That's huge today, and I think it always needs to be talked about. So, Chuck, you got a damn good topic for us. Can you break it down for us, man?
All right, so I thought I was dealing with grief, but I had to look it up, and the term is called survivor's remorse. And survivor's remorse is something many people are experiencing after living through situations where others didn't, whether it's surviving a tragedy, leaving a tough environment, or even finding success where others around you didn't. How do you deal with survivor's remorse, and what strategies or perspectives have helped you move forward without being weighed down by guilt?
How about you start us off so we got a clear direction? I'm still dealing
with this, and this is probably the reason, I'll be honest with you, I haven't been on the episode in 2 weeks. Well, to y'all 2 weeks, it's really been a month. But a buddy of mine was coming to a show I was doing and got hit by a car on his motorcycle, and his mother just decided to pull the plug a few weeks ago, and I just felt bad because I'm like, you were coming to see me. Like, he was, I'm gonna be there, dog. I'm gonna be there. Like, you're coming to see me, and then you're gone. And then it made me think about my other friends who, like my brother Kane or our brother Kane, and I'm like, me and him started music together, and my new name is from him. Like, he the one gave me the Chuck Jordan name. It's like, it's just so many people that I just thought about was like, are no longer here, that I just did not want to leave the house except for to go to work. And I only go to work is because I'm like, I gotta make sure I take care of my kids, but other than that, I don't want to do nothing. Like, I didn't leave the house for anything in a month. And my mom was just like, that's beyond guilt. You need to talk to somebody. And I'm like, I'll get a psychiatrist sooner or later, but I've still haven't done it. But it was like, once I put a name to it, I was able to and remember that they would want me to continue to strive forward. This is how I was able to kind of get out the basement and get back to moving. But it's still something that's like, it weighs me down a little bit. Like, why do I feel so guilty for going or achieving something that somebody else hasn't or anything like that? I don't know. I'm still dealing with it, though.
Well, I think I can say to help to get over or to move past it is the right thing to think about is that they will want you to continue. They will want to see you succeed. Your boy left the house to come see you because he believes in you. And if you don't continue on and keep putting that energy into it, then him coming to see you and that happening would be for nothing, right? So same thing with Kane. Kane will want us to succeed. He saw something in us. So you just use them as your motivation, as your guardian angels throughout the whole thing, and that's where you can kind of help move past the survivor's remorse. I don't know if I actually have felt exactly that, but I can kind of understand. One of my cousins I was really close with, he was to support everything I did with my music, all that type of stuff. If I had something, he was there. And our grandma was living in this dangerous neighborhood on the east side. And we were trying to figure out a place for her to move to that's safer. And he took it upon himself that he wanted to go into real estate, but he wanted to get money fast.
Right.
I'm like, yo, we can't go that route. You can't do that way. Long story short, he got caught up in a situation. He's been locked up for, I think, over 10 years now at this point. I don't see him anymore. I can't talk to him really because it's hard to do unless he calls me or if I'm on a list. I wanted to go visit him, but then every time they kept moving him further and further and further away. I got a family. He has a daughter. She's growing up without him. So I can look at their situations like my situation is so much better than the situation that he's in, and I can feel kind of guilty about enjoying, the fruits of my labor and stuff while he is dealing with whatever he's dealing with. And every now and then I get moments to where I'm like, man, I miss my cousin, man.
Yeah.
And I wish he was here. But my goal is to kind of try to take this to a point to where he can still see me shining from wherever he is.
Yeah.
So
this topic was difficult, and I'm like you, Ron. I kind of had to dig deep, man, because I go through stuff, but in my brain it's not traumatic. So
you don't do it.
But you got to. I kind of found something, but it's kind of you got to. Let me break it down for you. I don't survive a trauma. I survive a blessing, because I grew up. We didn't have a lot of money. We lived in Section 8 housing, but I didn't know this. I wasn't aware of this. And I wasn't aware of this because my dad is a very religious person. Like, man, you would have thought I'd have been a pastor growing up. And I might still be one day. I feel it in me. But I need these streets for a little bit longer. But, my dad was a very religious person. So he always was positive, man. And my mom is just a very good woman, man. She's strong. And my parents, man, they just had my back, man. My whole life growing up, they let me dream. They let me be a young kid coming out of high school wanting to rap. They helped me with that. They never stunted me. They never hurt me. They never yelled at me and made me feel stupid. They never didn't give me the things that I needed to prosper. But as I got older, I saw a lot of people didn't have that. And almost kind of made me feel guilty because I was loved. And in a way, I have a survivor's remorse from being loved and being just treated right. And even today, you might see like I'm a grown man today. And if my mama come help me with something, if somebody say, oh, you a mama's boy, is that bad that I'm loved? Is it bad that if I'm in a hole, she come and she got my back? So you see what I'm saying? Is that like, am I on the same page? Because I feel like when I read
survivor's remorse.
Yeah, I'm like, but and it's just kind of like fucked up though. Like, man, everybody should have that. Everybody should have that support system because when I see a lot of my friends go through, that's why we talk all the time. Like, don't call me with emotions. I'm not used to it. I just don't. And I'm sorry. I'm just not. It's like push through it. But now I'm able to talk to more people, and our show stretches our reach to communicate with folks. I'm hearing all these stories, and I feel bad. Like, damn, man, I had a good upbringing, man. So that, to me, that's my survivor's remorse.
No, that is survivor's remorse. Like, most people wouldn't understand that one because, like, I know when my dad got a job promotion. He moved us from Inkster to out in the country. And I was like, all right, cool. Then he was like, oh, yeah, bought me a moped, go-kart. And I'm like, oh, this is fun. This is great. And then I'd go around friends and family who were still in Inkster. And I was just like, and they like, oh, you spoiled. I'm like, and it made me feel bad. Like, damn, should I have all this stuff? Like, but I'm like, he got a promotion. But I was like, I've always felt bad, especially considering both my parents worked so much that even when I would go home, one of my aunts or somebody who was back at home was watching me. So most of the time I'm still back in Inkster, and then I'm driving from Inkster to our house, to our 4-bedroom house, 5-bath. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, why are we living out here? And my dad was like, well, I got a promotion. I'm like, yeah, but there's people back home that could use some of the stuff we got.
Right.
And that's when it first started for me. It was just like why can't we help other people? And then sometimes it's like I had to realize a little bit, like sometimes you gotta look out for yourself first. And it's hard to say, but it's like as bad as I'll be like, damn, I want to help others. It's like you gotta look out for yourself first. But it's like, but what if I'm okay?
Right.
What if I got all the things that I need? Then what? Now I feel like I got an abundance of stuff that I'm not using. Why can't I give it? But then people take advantage of you.
Yeah. Facts. Damn good topic, man. Appreciate you bringing that up because I had to dig deep for that. But running a little on time. But as you guys know, we have launched a new platform called the Holy Shhh Sports Podcast, where we're covering NFL, NBA, and everything outside of professional wrestling in the world of sports, and it's doing great. And we appreciate you guys to the moon. Trust me, it's gonna be great things coming with that too, as well as this wrestling podcast. But I'd never get to have y'all on there because we got a different cast for this show. Yeah. It's myself, Rose, a guy named Dutch Schultz, Bald Bro, who you see me with AEW, and coaches on there as well. And I never get to get y'all opinion on some sports, so let's get it today.
All right.
Recently, the Green Bay Packers have made a deal to trade Micah Parsons to their cheesehead bastard-ass team, and they are in our division now. And a lot of people are saying, oh, man, the Lions are in trouble. The Lions are in trouble because of this one guy is coming to the Green Bay. So I'm just trying to get y'all opinion. How y'all feel? Is it fear that Micah Parsons is now in the North going up against our Green Bay Packers? Chuck.
Let me first start off by saying, what in God's beautiful green earth is wrong with Dallas? And this is double Dallas doing double dumb stuff. And I know, like, y'all people in Dallas believe that y'all the D. We are the real D, Pauls. But y'all do some dumb stuff.
Right. That's why they the D, the dumb.
Right, they the
y'all the dumba.
The dumb D.
Y'all the dumb D. What, like, Luka and now Micah.
Oh, my God.
Like, that is dumb with a B on the end.
Yeah, it kind of sucks to be a Dallas fan.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
just lost two of your icons.
That's
man.
dumbaba, as I used to say. Dumbaba. But am I afraid of Micah Parsons here in the D? Nah. Not at all.
Not at all.
We're now, whatever side he's on, we're going to have to make sure we guard for him. But other than him,
right,
as long as we can contain him, what else y'all got?
Right.
We got a full arsenal. Come on. We loaded top to bottom. What are you talking about? We are the North.
Right.
Twice in a row.
Twice.
About to be a tree-peat.
About to be a tree-peat.
So my thought
Super
process
Bowl
is a little
bound. My
different.
bad, Ron. Go ahead.
No, so my thought process is a little different. Green Bay has, like the last couple years, been a nuisance, basically. Not necessarily a problem. Not necessarily just like, we got to deal with Green Bay. Go away, right? So they're a nuisance. Adding Michael Parsons helps.
It does.
It does help
I
them
didn't say it
out.
doesn't.
So now they might score an extra touchdown. I don't know. Maybe they'll get the ball back one more time.
Right.
But it's I think that they handled them in Dallas when they played in Dallas. They can handle them on Green Bay. It's nothing different. They just added another player. We can handle Green Bay. But I think it's they're going to go from a nuisance to an annoyance. That's it.
Yeah. Now, if it was our other Viking-headed brothers in the North,
then if it was Vikings,
and they had a better quarterback, then I might be shaking in my little boots.
Pissing my pants if he went to
But
Minnesota.
as of right now, cheeseheads?
Yeah.
Nah. Get out of here.
And I look at it like kind of like there's a minor window of fear because you gotta get us this year or next year because you just gave away your first round draft picks for
Wait,
a
we
few
played twice
years.
this year, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we played
They gave
twice.
away their first round draft picks, meaning, and we got 2 first round draft picks next year. So we gonna keep getting better. Y'all ain't getting no first round draft picks for the next 2 years.
They're in that window that people were saying that the Lions were at.
Yeah.
Like, well, you got to win now.
They
type of
have to
situation.
win now. That's why I like it because I know y'all not. Then once y'all fail, I don't have to worry about y'all for the next 3 years. Son. Hey, I love it. Win-win for Detroit, man.
And I've been watching a lot of college football. I cannot wait for the season, man.
Oh man, I can't wait to get
I'm
home right now.
I'm waiting to see who our next lucky lottery might be for us.
State
Yeah.
blew somebody out, didn't they?
Yep.
Western or something like that.
Yep. But that's our time for today. But before we get out of here,
We can't talk about this secret baby.
we will. Damn it. we will.
My bad.
They said before we get out of here, he got to talk about
Right,
his brother.
Fuck it. Cody Rhodes had a baby. He just came out.
I'm sorry, I looked at the time. I thought we was gonna
Cody Rhodes had a secret baby. We was gonna save it for next episode. But how you feel about Cody's baby?
Man, I thought that was genius to hide it. Don't stress the woman out. Let Brandy have her comfort at home. But
We did notice that we didn't see Brandy around.
I was about to say she been MIA, but all of a sudden, but no, she was on the bus when they did
Yeah.
the little Wheatleys.
Yeah, she was sitting down the whole time, so you couldn't tell. That was early. And she sure didn't drink.
Right,
I didn't
right,
notice that
right.
either. He had the Wheatleys and she was
Maybe
he was
this is
drinking.
a trend because Travis Hunter just had a baby and I didn't even see nothing about his girlfriend being pregnant.
Well, Cody, he did slip up on one interview. He was like, no, having 2 kids. I mean one. He did slip up. Forgot for the
he
interview.
did.
He did say he's having 2 kids. So
Right.
Yeah, I do. I think it's a genius too. But then, right now all the spotlight was on Trinity and
Yeah.
But I want to say something.
Jimmy.
Did anybody know? I watched that again. Did anybody notice when she was like, I'm about to set my custom belt down here, right here?
Uh-huh.
She was like, I'm going to be back for it. And she laid it right down on the Jimmy. On the Slim Jim sign. She just laid it right there on the gym.
You're reaching. You're reaching.
She looked down before she did it. That's the only reason I said it.
She might have
Because
did
she
it
looked
because
down
it'd
and
be
was
funny.
like, she was like, y'all heifers can thank one
Big
person.
Jim.
And everybody was like, Big Jim, Big Jim. She said, I'm going to leave it right here, my custom title. And she stood on the slim part and laid it down on the gym. And they zoomed in on the belt being right there on the gym. I was like, if that was marketing ploy, that was genius.
Right. Well, let's wrap this thing up, man. Make
know
sure
who
you
not
guys stay
wrapping it up.
tuned. All right, or we're not. Or maybe we're not. Chuck may have a damn secret topic, want to ruin some skits, but yeah. But we appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys check out our post shows that still exist. AEW, every day we got something. Even though the post shows are gone, we still live streaming. Ryan and Chuck are about to stream too. And it's going to be same coverage, just not post shows right after. It's going to be happening right as the show is going on. So stay tuned to all of that.
And you can still look forward to those. If you ain't got a post show for NXT, it's gonna be
You get the breakout.
Get breakout
You're going to get the
performance,
breakout
so.
performance of the week. So we still covering this stuff just in different ways.
We still going to do a post show for the big events.
Big events, all pay-per-views or PLEs. ALEs get post shows. Don't worry about none of those.
Just none of the other ones.
And we got Soto 619 and Minx. They're teaming up on some AAA shit. That's gonna be incredible in Spanish. I won't be on there. I can't see Spanish, but we have a Spanish show coming pretty soon with Minx Mayhem and Soto 619 with all the AAA stuff. So that is going to be just great. I can't wait to that launch. It's going to be really open up some doors. But till all of that comes, it's been your boy ABE from DET.
It's your boy Ron T. the Icon.
Gracias. Chuck Jordan.
Stay tuned for our next episode next week. It is the season finale of season 2. Don't miss it. From the Holy Shhh Podcast. Peace.